Today is Tuesday, July 16th. The time is 3 p.m. I would like to call to order the Rules Administration and Procedures Committee meeting. I was going to say Madam Clerk, but Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Chairperson Ron Warman.
Here.
Vice Chair Emmanuel Llamas.
Here.
Alderman Edward J. Bugg.
Here.
Alderman Carl Franco.
Here.
Alderwoman Patty Smith.
Here.
Okay, Vice Chairman Alderman Llamas requests permission to participate remotely per section 2-80
So moved.
due to medical or emergency circumstances beyond his control that make it impossible to attend the meeting in person. I have a motion by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Franco. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes 5-0. Beg your pardon? Oh, item passes 4-0. First item on the agenda, 24-0518, approval of the minutes from Rules Administration and Procedures Committee
So
held on
moved.
July 2nd, 2024. Motion by Alderman Smith, second by Alderman Llamas. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Item passes 5-0. Anybody here for public comment?
No one's here.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is 24-0529, a resolution authorizing and directing the Chief of Staff of the Office of the Alderman to encumber and expand funds allocated to Ward 1 for purposes related to the Ward 1 Back-to-School Bash.
Rich Jacobs, Chief of Staff for the Office of Alderman. I'm here to answer any questions concerning this agenda item.
Any questions or comments from the committee?
Can you just expound on it a little bit?
Alderman Llamas is, his last day as Alderman is on August 1st. He the Alderman scheduled his back-to-school bash at the beginning of the year, if not last year, to take place on Saturday, August 10th. And the majority of the expenses for this back-to-school bash have already been made towards the event. If there's any incoming last-minute invoices that were to come through, this gives me the authority in between two aldermen or alder people to make payments for the vendors.
So moved.
Question.
Yes.
So do we have a focal for this event? Typically, the alderman is the focal. Do we have somebody who's going to be overseeing the event, in addition to paying the bills? Like, you're authorizing everything gets set up and paid. Is there going to be somebody on site there, that would be basically an aldermanic type of person?
Sure. There could be the incoming appointed alderman if that appointment and the voting happens in time. They could certainly be there and they could meet with the Ward 1 community. Alderman Llamas currently partners with the sorority Sigma Iota Alpha, and they are providing financial sponsorship towards this event. They have for all 3 years. And they've also provided and will be providing volunteers for the events. There's already 25 volunteers signed up to make sure this is successful, and many of which are those from the sorority or other volunteers from Ward 1.
Okay. So the only reason I ask this, because you usually like to have someone in control. It says, okay, when this happens, go see so-and-so.
And not to interrupt, but I had offered my time as well, if
Okay.
needed for this as
All
well,
right.
too.
I just want to make sure you always have to have the go-to person.
Sure.
So as long as we have, whether it's a sorority, whether it's you, it doesn't matter. I just want to make sure that there's a leader. There's always got to be that focal, that everything kind of flows through. So as long as we have that's a good thing. Okay.
I volunteer
I take you up
my
on your offer,
leadership
Alderman
skills are
Gorman.
available for,
Well, that's pretty darn good.
yeah. That's what I tell myself.
Chairman, if I may,
Certainly.
I don't know how official this would be, but I would request that the official representative of the First Ward, if we don't have an alderman appointed at that time, be the alderman at large, Mr. Chairman Ron Warman.
I
If you
like
would
that
so
idea,
humbly accept.
I humbly accept, yes, sir. But yeah, I would definitely, in all seriousness, definitely fill in and help make that event a success. I've been involved with it the times he has done it, and so I'm familiar with what he does and what he's accomplished in the past, and I would gladly ensure that it continues. So,
Even if there was
Thank
a
you.
replacement at that time.
Yeah, if
Still,
possible, even with,
need to be-
with somebody new there, I would more than happy assist that new person, since it's a big undertaking, but I would gladly assist with that as well, so.
We appreciate that, even
Yes.
if there were an appointment made on
Yeah.
August 1st. 10 days is not enough time to bring them fully up to speed, so we appreciate your offer.
Yeah, more than happy to do it, so, thank you.
I motion.
Yeah, I
Thank you, Chairman.
appreciate that, Ron, and Alderman Franco makes a good point. Even if, as you mentioned, the sorority's involved, you always have to have someone from the city. It's a city event, it's not
There's
a-
plenty of city
It's
officials
not a
there from-
sorority event, so.
Yeah, there's-
You have to have someone from the city
Sure.
Yeah.
there too. And of course, the role of Alderman at large is just that. So not only you, if, I don't know what Alderman Lash is doing that day, but, yeah,
No.
that is what the Alderman at large do in these circumstances. When we have vacations or things, that's kind of the reason we instituted them a long time ago. So we appreciate, Ron, you taking the time to step in.
I enjoy that park too. My kids grew up playing in that park, so it's always nice to go back there as well too, so. But, yeah, we'll gladly assist myself, or if there is a person appointed by then, gladly participate, so.
Great.
Any other questions, comments?
I will second.
Got a motion by Alderman Smith and second by Alderman Franco. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Item carries 5-0. No other items on the agenda?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I got a motion by Alderman Franco, second by Alderman Smith. All in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? This meeting is adjourned at 3:07 PM. Thank you.